Episode 2. Does physical appearance matter? Distinguish yourself from the crowd or risk a life of mediocrity. You could almost guarantee that going to the gym was on most people's New Year's resolution list. Why is that? We idolize and follow celebrities that are attractive. We love to be fashionable, whether it's a new outfit trend or some fresh kicks. We dream of having an attractive, beautiful partner. But why is that? When a particular trait is so integral in society, pay attention. There is an immense pressure from society on physical appearance. Our early ancestors used to hunt for food, protect the village from predators and other dangers. To be able to hunt and protect, you needed to be strong and healthy. The things that make a man physically attractive are indicators of health and strength. A muscular body indicates that this man can protect from danger, provide food, and create healthy children. While times have changed, these indicators are still hardwired into our brains. If you are still thinking, why do women want such a perfect man? Women have to bear children. If you had to get pregnant, you would be pretty darn choosy too. Women are more powerful than you think. It's called Mother Nature for a reason. Think about this. A male's genetics does not get passed on to future generations unless a woman has a baby with them. A woman is significantly more selective in choosing a sexual partner than a man. Women only select men that have a particular set of desirable traits and behaviors. Men compete with each other to have the most desirable traits to be attractive to women. The men who have undesirable traits are far less likely to procreate, and over time, these undesirable traits die off. The harsh but necessary judgment of women determines which male behaviors get passed on to future generations. Women shape humanity whether you realize it or not. Why do you think men fear rejection? It's not simply a rejection. It is essentially being told, I'm sorry, but I don't think your genes should be passed on to future generations. A rejection by a female is an existential crisis for men. We don't actively think about this, but our body knows this through the fear it generates. Be the thing that makes you desirable to women. In this regard, women are never wrong. If you aren't attractive as a man, there is something you must change. Anyone can become reasonably attractive. By anyone, I'm more specifically talking about men. If you take any man and reduce their fat levels to a low enough percentage, they would look significantly more attractive than the average. Pair that with working out and building muscle, you are now joining the top few % of attractive people in the world. With that being said, there are 3 key factors to losing weight: the food you eat, weight training in the gym, and cardio. You already know this, but you also know that it is much easier said than done. I have gone through much stress and experimentation to find a way to make it easier. Our bodies are adapted to love calorie-dense, sugary foods. In the hunter-gatherer days, we would need to eat as much food as we could. This was so that in the winter season, when we had less food, our fat stores would prevent us from starving. This internal mechanism hasn't changed to this day. Ever since the discovery of efficient farming, we've been eating much more than our body needs. Our sense of pleasure and desire for high-calorie foods is as if there could be a season of little food, far from reality in the Western world. The primary reason why we gain weight is because we consume too many calorie-dense foods, usually in the form of carbohydrates. Rice, pasta, potato, bread, cakes, all the delicious foods in the world are most likely a carb. If you are consuming vast quantities of energy-dense foods, then they will be stored as fat. It's not practical to burn off these calories through exercise. You could burn off 500 calories in an hour or so, but it would only take a few seconds to consume it as a small burger. The secret here is to eat foods that are high in protein: chicken, beef, fish, eggs, lentils, yogurt, protein shakes, and so on. Protein is an essential nutrient that is used for repairing your muscles and performing basic cell function. I'm not making a case to avoid carbs, but you must not overeat them. Do not avoid fats. Fats are essential for bodily functions, keeps you feeling sane and also full. Keep fats in moderation and do not get your fats from highly processed or fried foods. There was a study that measured which food keeps you feeling full for longer for a given amount of calories. Overall, protein as a category came up on top. Personally, I found that having a high protein diet with a small amount of carbs is optimal for sustaining weight loss while reducing cravings. 30% of protein calories get used up in digestion and from muscle repair. Remember, your diet accounts for most of your weight loss. Diet alone is great when you are starting off. It may even feel easy to lose weight. However, after a certain point, you will see your progress slowing and your weight fluctuating up and down. Reducing your calories too drastically at this point will make you feel hungry and starved, leading you to have cravings and falling off the diet. Just as a side note, you shouldn't hear the word diet and think of starvation. You should think about it as a food substitution and food moderation. You don't need to feel hungry. Once you reach a weight loss barrier, the gym will be your next step. Your goal here is to start using weights and slowly become stronger over time. Becoming stronger in the gym will mean you are putting on muscle. You will see drastic improvements in your strength and appearance. As you increase your muscle mass, your body will be burning more calories. Suddenly, you don't need to reduce the amount of food you are eating. You are losing weight and looking good at the same time. As a bonus, the gym is really good for regulating your mood and increasing your confidence. You get to witness yourself lift heavy weights that were impossible before. It's a true battle against yourself. Not many things come close to this feeling. Let's say your diet is on point and you are weight training. Again, you may reach a point where you are stuck at a particular weight. This is where cardio comes in. A high heart rate for a prolonged period of time will burn calories. Once you reach a plateau, implement 10 minutes of cardio each day. 10% incline treadmill on 3.5 kilometers per hour speed. Keep it simple. I like this form of cardio because it is low intensity and you can do a lot more of it without feeling tired. You can increase the duration of your cardio if you get stuck at a particular weight again. During this time, you can watch your favorite TV show or podcast. Wink wink. You won't even notice the time passing. My journey so far. At 20 years old, I was around 62 kg. At 24 years old, I was 83 kg. And let's just say it wasn't muscle that got me up there. It was tough to see myself as someone I don't like to look at. I've tried dieting in the past, but I wasn't serious. I fell off and went back to the ways I was used to. Living with constant stress about the future meant food was one of my few pleasures. I needed to get my act together. I dropped my weight from 83 kg to 66.4 kg. Now I've become the strongest and leanest version of myself. It was tough. Many days I struggled with eating and getting myself to the gym. What kept me going was appreciating that time will tick away regardless of my excuses. I must act decisively on this perilous path into the unknown. If you are also on a weight loss journey, keep going. If you are thinking about it, now is the time to get your act together. Let's become the best version of ourselves. Key takeaway. When a particular trait is so integral in society, pay attention. Be the thing that makes you desirable to women. If you aren't attractive as a man, there is something you must change. If you reduce your fat levels low enough and build muscle, you would be in the top few % of attractive men. The primary reason why we gain weight is because we consume too many calorie-dense foods. The secret is to eat foods that are high in protein, which keeps you feeling full. Diet does not mean starvation. You don't need to feel hungry. Diet is the most important part of weight loss. Lifting weights in the gym will get you through your weight loss barriers and make you look better. Any further weight loss barriers can be broken with the help of low intensity cardio.